I suppose it's time for our nighty ritual.
This is something I ought to be accustomed to by now.
Are you ready?
Our ritual repeats itself each night. Yes, as ready as I'll ever be. I'm no stranger to it by now. Nope. In fact, I doubt I'll ever find this anything but strange. Fearful.
Do you still feel unsure about this? There's no need to feel anxious, Terriella.
Courage, Terriella. Think chaste, wholesome thoughts. Must I honestly endure this ordeal every single night? I'm at my wit's end already.
Courage, Terriella. You mustn't surrender to your fate. As long as you live, all that you desire will be yours one day. You trust your mother, don't you? I know the ending to your story. I'll make sure that your path is lined with flowers. My darling, my favorite, you must survive.
Those were my dearly departed mother's favorite sayings, which also became her last words.
Terriella, you will travel to the Empire of Leonhata as a candidate for the seat of the Empress.
Respectfully, Father, I must refuse. It was as if she had some manner of foresight on how my father would treat me upon seeing my face for the first time after years of absence.
I'm sure you're aware of the circumstances that my kingdom faces. The unrelenting waves ground all seabound ships, while the spread of the plague narrows the scope of safe passageways. I imagine it'll take at least 2 months to reach the Empire. I've almost lost hope for the descent of the so-called Divine Maiden at this point.
I have no intention of leaving, Father. Why must I become the Empress of some faraway country when I have much more eligible sisters?
Terriella, I should think you already know the answer to that question. Throb, take a look behind you. Do any of your siblings currently seem eligible to you?
I acted in self-defense.
You broke your sister's arm, for goodness sake.
Perhaps she shouldn't have pushed me down the stairs. Shove, was a more grab. I only reached out to grab something to stay my fall, and ended up grabbing her arm so that we both fell down the stairs. It really was a nasty fall. But compared to my dear sister, I suppose I got off rather lightly.
One such incident would be mere happenstance. Then how do you explain your brother's sprained ligaments?
Again, I was well within my rights, Father. I saw him trying to kick me, so I grabbed a nearby chair to block his foot, which is how he ended up hurting himself. How unfortunate.
Oh, let's see if you have any more ridiculous excuses for your little sister's face.
Ah, Father, wah!
You left a scar on a soon-to-be debutante's face. Do you not have an apology to make?
I believe the apology ought to come from the one who handed her the bullwhip in the first place. My poor sister struck herself in the face while she was fumbling around trying to hit me instead. Thankfully, I walked away from it unscathed. But, good heavens, I shudder to think who might have handed a child such a dangerous weapon.
Aha!
There's no need to fret. I'll find the best master of disguise this continent has to offer and have them hide your scar. I have a feeling that my power should suffice to heal a light scar like that. At least, in theory, wonder, I do.
I mean, not that I'm particularly inclined to try for her sake.
I will not tolerate you sowing hostility within my own household. How is it possible that all of your siblings are so gravely injured, yet you alone remain perfectly unharmed?
How is it possible? The answer's simple. No one in the world knows, neither my father nor my siblings, about the hidden power I possess. Were it not possible, then I imagine I wouldn't be standing here before you, Father, feigning innocence. I'm sure I would have died long ago from some mysterious, inexplicable cause, which appears to be the desperate wish of my entire family, might I add.
How dare you? This is not up for discussion. I have promised the Empire a princess, and that's precisely what they'll get. I'll hear no more about it.
I have much in common with the unsightly splotches of black ink that now mar the beautiful palace floor, for I am the sole pariah of the royal family, the daughter and sister that no one wishes to claim. That's who I am. Also, Father, I wonder how dear Brother Karajan would feel if you were to send me away unannounced. There is but one exception, the lineal heir to the Rufion throne and the son of the queen. Only my older half-brother Karajan truly sees me as family. Or have you forgotten how fond he is of me? A mere bluff. Karajan was dispatched to a faraway province a few days ago to investigate the plague there. If only he were here, he would have shielded me from my father's scheme. I'm sure my old snake of a father made up some convenient excuse to send Karajan away for this exact reason. I hear that the Emperor of Leonharda is a tyrant who callously slaughtered half of his own vassals as soon as he took to the throne. They say that he locks himself in his bedchamber each night and drinks himself to a stupor. He drinks and drinks until he has no sense of whether he's standing on the ground or on thin air. Not only that, when his advisors begged him to fill the Empress's empty seat, he jumped at the chance to personally inspect the fairest young debutantes throughout his vast empire. Well, not that any of them met his lustful eyes, since I also hear that he had them all sent away for one reason or another. When factional strife broke out over succession to the imperial throne, I was shocked and aghast to hear that the current emperor, a concubine's son, rose to the throne after putting every last one of his siblings to the sword. A murderous tyrant, a drunkard, and a lecher. Oh, I'm sure there's no finer man in the entire continent.
He would make a fitting groom for you. In that case, after all, your sole worth derives from your fairness, just like your mother. 'Tis a fine inheritance she bestowed upon you, and I intend to make full use of it.
Please, Your Majesty, speak plainly. It'll do you good. You hope that I will die in Leonharda, do you not?
Yes, if only you'd been quite so understanding as a child, it would have saved all of us the trouble. In fact, I'm not sure why you've lived this long. Your fate was to die young. Do you recall when you almost did? Your mother somehow nursed you back to life. A pity.
You might not regain your memory, my love, but that's quite all right. It's this infernal fever that erased it from your mind. The fact that you survived it is a miracle in itself.
It was some time later that I was told about my mother's desperate struggle to save me. She journeyed across mountains and oceans, even traveling to faraway nations to find some cure for my ailment. To honor her sacrifices, I have to survive whatever misery fate casts into my life. The matter has been decided already. I shall hear no more about it, Teriella.
Consider it penance for all the trouble you've caused. Farewell, child. Farewell.
Is there a reason why I'm being accosted like cattle? I've yet to tell you when you'll depart. Surely not. You sly old snake, let go of me! I should have known as soon as he mentioned that it takes 2 months' travel to reach Leonharda. At best, it's 2 months with strong horses and a sturdy carriage. I still feel nauseous. Rumor has it that countless noble debutantes and foreign princesses have come to covet the Empress's throne, but all of them were promptly sent away. Normally, the proper protocol would be to unpack and rest before I seek an audience with the Emperor, but I'm sure there's no need for such pleasantries when I'll be turned away like the others. I'd rather be rejected as quickly as possible than run away from it all. Goodbye, Empire of Leonharda. Goodbye, Kingdom of Ruffion. Why I never sought to escape Ruffion was that I could easily handle every bit of abuse that my family could throw at me, but selling me off to some foreign tyrant certainly crossed the line. If the marriage talks break down and I'm sent back empty-handed, I have no doubt it won't be long before Father simply sells me off to another repugnant fool. By then, he'll have done everything he can to ensure that I won't escape again. Why, I would rather die. I'll live in hiding as a fugitive for the rest of my days. Given how vast the empire is, I'm sure Father won't find me as long as I play my cards right. It's a perfect plan. Now, time to swallow my rejection. Huh? That's him. The emperor who will go down in imperial history as the vilest tyrant of all time. And the man that I have to be rejected by.
The princess from Ruffian, I presume?
I am Princess Teriella, the daughter of His Majesty the King of Ruffian, and my humblest greetings to you. What's he doing here? Is he here to greet me?
You may rise.
What was that? Something changed in his gaze.
You finally found me.
What?